We have already finished this topic, Fibonacci, as in recursive manner. Now, let us discuss some other program. Like this is a program, write a program in C to print first 50 natural number. Okay, first 50 natural number using recursion. So what will be the logic? I am not going on main program because main program will simply accept the number of terms. Okay, number of terms will be accepted by the uh, main program. So there is no meaning of explaining main program, uh, but our main target is to understand the recursion. So main program is written why? Because we need to execute this function. Now let us discuss this function. So this function will print first 50 natural number. Okay, first 50 natural number. So we have already given, and the initial value of n is 1. This will be the first number which you are going to pass, and on the basis of this number, because all the natural numbers are the addition of 1, okay, it will produce the next number, always produce the next number. So this is our base case. What is our base case? This is n is less than or equals to 50. Now let us try to run this program. So this program will accept 1. Okay, I am writing this function as n. This will accept 1 and it will call another function. It will call another function, and that function is n plus 1, num print n plus 1. 2. Okay. Then this will call 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it will print the current value of n. Okay, it will print current value of n. So the current value of n is, actually we are incrementing each one by one, so it will automatically start printing 1, 1 plus 1, 2, this is 1 plus 1, and this will be the value of n also. So likewise it will print it up to 50. So this is the simplest case. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Now, can anyone, yes,
Sir, I
can
said no
anyone,
doubt.
no doubt. Okay, can anyone tell me how do we prepare a program for using recursion for means the same logic, and first 50 numbers we need to print, first 50 even number. So what will we change here? What we need to
सर
change?
n plus 2 हो जाएगा सर. 0 से स्टार्ट करेंगे सर और n plus
N plus 2. This number we need to change to 0, and this we need to change to n plus 2 for even number, first 50 even number, and for first 50 odd number, this is for even number. Okay, this is for this. Once again 1, then it will print odd number. So anyone is having any doubt related with this? Newcomers? No doubt. So this is the simplest program using recursion. Now come to next program. This program is write a program in C to count the digit of given number. Okay, suppose this is a number. So how many digits are there? There are 2 digits, 1 and 2. Okay, so how do we count? What will be the step? So our step is, if we divide the number by 10, okay, each time in for loop, if we divide the number by 10 and we start a counter which will count how many times we need to divide the number by 10. Suppose 4, 5, 6, 7 is a number. Divide by 10. This will give you 4, 5, 6, and the count is 1. Again, now 4, 5, 6 is divided by 10, then it will give you 4, 5. Okay, this is integer division, not. And now this is the value of count is 2. And then 45 divided by 10, it will give you 4. Count is 3, and 4 divided by 10 is 0. So the value of count is 4. So likewise, you can count. So how do we operate iteratively? Okay, this is the simplest using for loop, but how do we operate iteratively? So initially we start asking the user that please input a number. So here, from here, we can get the number. Okay, and this number will be passed to number of digits. Suppose this is a function. This is a function, and the number is 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our main call. Okay, calling function. This first step, this is our calling function. This is our calling function. We never go here back. Okay, until the final statement will execute. And this is our recursive function. What is the difference between calling and recursive function? Recursive function will call recursively itself, and the calling function will initiate the function call. Okay, so this is our function call. Now, what is the initial value of counter? So initially counter is set to 0. If n1 is not equals to 0, this is our base case. Okay, so then it will increment the counter. Initially it is 0, so now it is 1, and then number of digits equals to this number of digit function will call. So from here, what we need to do, it will run likewise, and the value of counter will be incremented because counter is static. Okay, counter is static. So static counter is now 1. Static counter is now 1, and the next value, the next call will be performed like here counter equals to 1, counter equals to 1 up to this first function. Okay, up to this function counter equals to 1. Now it will call the function, and this is our next call, and this next call is 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 10. Okay, now because this is a function and we have not concluded yet, then it will again call the same function, and the value of counter after executing this, it will be, now counter is set, now counter equals to 2. Okay, and then counter equals to 2. After that, it will call the next function, the next recursive function. We are here, now it will call, because still this condition is true. So now we are here, and then the function name, I am using function name as n. Why? Because what is the reason? Reason is very simple, that I'm not going to write the whole function step. Now the next call will start here, and the value of counter will become 3. Again, next call will come here, and this next call will call 45 divided by 10. Okay, and the counter equals to 4. And then this is the next call, subsequent call. Here n 4 divided by 10. Now, what is the value of this? This is 0. This is 0. Okay, this is 0. If n is not equals to 0, then only we move here. Otherwise, it will not move. Okay, so it will not move. It means 4 divided by 10 equals to 0. This will be 4. This will be 45. And this will be 456. Okay, and this is the same. So that's why now this condition is false and we are exit from the base case, means now base case is available, and now return what value? It will 4. It will return 4 to the main calling function. So 4 will be coming here. So any doubt related with this? You can write down the program in your copies also. Why? Because each and everything is available in internet, and when you are reading, you know each and everything, it is very understandable. But when we write the program, we are to read. Any doubt related with this number of digit program?
No, sir.
Clear hai? Is this clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is our main calling function. Okay. This is calling function. And all these are recursive call, and this too is recursive call. Now come to next program. The next program is sum of, like again the same program, 4 5 6 7. What will be the sum? 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus, so this is 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 7. So 13, 13 plus 9, 22. So this will be our answer. Okay. So initially we start the display of program, then one line will be there, then it will ask the number to find the sum of digit. Okay. And then we scan the number, that is our N1. And after scanning this number,
सर
yes.
सर आप कुछ लिख रहे हो क्या सर? वो कुछ दिख नहीं रहा क्योंकि
और किसी को नहीं दिखाई दे रहा हो?
सर मतलब ये स्लाइड है ना तो सर स्लाइड
स्लाइड
शो
दिख
में
रही
नहीं
है।
स्लाइड शो
साइड
नहीं
भी
दिख
नहीं
रहा।
दिख रही है और
स्लाइड दिख
सब
रही
कुछ
है।
समझ में आ रहा है। वाओ ग्रेट, माय गॉड। अब मैंने आप लोगों को ये दिखा अब आपको?
हाँ सर आप दिख रहा है सर।
यस सर, अब
हाँ
दिख
तो
रहा है।
इसको आप देखिए, समझिए, कहीं पर डाउट है तो बताइए। So just try to understand this program. Okay, let me explain other program. So suppose this is a program and this program will accept the, there are two variables N1 and sum. This program is displaying like recursion, find the sum of digit. This is the name of program. This is a standard way of writing. And the program is, similar program is available at internet also. But my motto is to explain the program. Okay. So then printer input any number. So this number is stored at N1 and the sum is digit sum N1. This is the calling function, and print the sum of digit as this sum. Okay. So we have stored the program as this, or we can directly use with printf also. Okay. So that's why this additional variable sum is used here. Now let us start calling this function. So I am writing this function as D. Okay. And we are going to pass 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this function, this is our base case. This is our base case. And this is our recursive function. So now, because this we will reach at this point when n equals to 0. Okay, this value equals to 0. Here n1 is written, so n1 is equals to 0. So let us write the function. Now it will call the function. It will call the function. What it will call? It is calling to an yes. Now two things are required. Be careful while. So this is our function, main function digit sum. Okay. And we are going to call this function using 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, because the base case is ignored as it is not equals to 0, then what is the value? This value is n1 mod 10. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7 mod 10. This is one value and we add it with n1. n1 is 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 10. Okay. Now, this is our recursive function. This function will call once again. This function will call once again. And what will be the next value? What will be the next value? So, because this is divided by 10, so this will become 4, 5, 6. Okay. Some of you might think about that this will be the 4, 5, 6.7, but it is not like that because it is integer number. Okay. So, integer number will always give you result in integer and it will ignore the remainder. Now this 4, 5, 6 mod 10 will return something. Okay. And now, yes, and one mod 10. So this is our next thing. What is the answer here? It is 4, 5, 6 divided by 10, and this will give you 45. Okay. Now, in the next recursive call, 45 mod 10 will be written, and this will give you 45 divided by 10, that is 4. Okay. And this will be, if you are writing mod 10, what will be produced here? 7. Here it will produce 6, and here it will produce 5. Okay. Now come to next step. Next step is this 4 is not written. This 4 is function. Okay. Actually, I need to write ds and then this, ds and then this, ds and then this. And again, this will 4 mod 10. This will produce 4. Okay. And divided by this will produce 0. Now this will be the base case. It will return 0. Okay. So let us now write the returned value. Okay. We will calculate the returned value. So this is our returned value. This is our returned value. So now both will be added and this will give you 4. Okay. Now 4 plus 5 will give you 9. And then this 9 plus 6. I am showing the value, whatever return value as boxes. Now 9 plus 6 will give you 15. Okay. And then 15 plus 7. This 7 will give you 22. And this will be written by this function will return 22 finally. To which function? This 22 will be returned here, and now this 22 will be written at this place, and now this will display 20. Any doubt? Now it is requested to all of you that please draw this graph, okay, for future use, so that you will be able to understand what is the process of calling any function. So I'm giving you 5 minutes to complete the whole exercise, okay? And then I will move ahead. Any doubt, then you can ask.
सर
Yes.
सर ये जो लास्ट वाली लाइन है ना सर, ये डिजिट सम की रिटर्न n मॉड्यूलो 10।
हाँ,
सर ये एक बार एक बार वापस एक्सप्लेन कर दो ना सर, ये वाली आई।
ये स्टेप नहीं समझ में आई है ना, यही रिकर्शन है. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैड आस्क्ड सेवरल टाइम, बिकॉज जब तक आप लिखोगे नहीं ना तब तक नहीं समझ में आएगा. सी व्हाट इज द इम्पोर्टेंट यूज ऑफ रिकर्शन. We can, the function can call itself, okay? So here it is written n mod 10 plus digit sum n plus 10. Yes or no? It is written and the function starts from here. So initially we pass what is the n1? N1 is 4 5 6 7, suppose, and this will be passed from here. So I am writing ds instead of digit sum because so many times I need to write. So ठीक है. Now ds 4 5 6 7 will be passed from here. From here what we did, sum equals to digit sum and 4 5 6 7. Okay, now this function will start executing. So after execution of this, because base case is not there, you know that n1 is not 0. Now what will happen? It will call both the step. This is our step. Okay. Here n mod 10 is written. What is the value of n? N is 4567 mod 10. So whenever we are calculating mod of this, it will return the last value. If anything is calculated, what will be the remainder if you calculate this using your traditional method? So 7 will be the remainder, final remainder, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will show you by another example also, a smaller example, but just try to understand. And then what is written here? Plus. Plus is written here. Okay. Now this will call with what thing? N1 divided by 10. So what is the current value of N1? Current value of N1 is 4567 divided by 10. So after this, the value of N1 become 456. Okay. The value of N automatically, okay, due to this recursive call, this will automatically converted into 456. Now, and because this is 456, now the function, what function we are going to call? ds
The sum.
456. ds 456. We are not able to add here because we don't know what is the value of this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now we will call 456. So it will automatically call the same function, move from here, see that n1 is not equals to 0. Then it will move to this place and again it will calculate the mod of 456. Okay. So 456 modulo division 10 will produce 6 and again put plus here and then 456 divided by 10 will produce you 45. Why? Because n1 divided
Yeah,
by 10 is yes. Now it is clear.
the sum. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
But very important thing, you cannot calculate sum up to base case. Okay. After that, this base case is reached. After this base case is reached, then 0 plus 4 will return the 4. Now returning will start. Okay. Now returning of value will start. You cannot directly calculate. So that's why the last step will execute first. So this last step will execute first. It will return 4 followed by 4 plus 5. Now this value is 4. So 4 plus 5 will return 9. Now this value is 9. 9 plus 6 will produce you 15 and this value is 15. 15 plus 7 is 22. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now come to next problem. GCD. GCD is also recursive problem. So you need to write a program in C to find GCD of two numbers using recursion. So suppose 10 is the first number and 50 is the second number. So what will be the greatest common divisor? Greatest common divisor. So obviously, if whatever is smaller number, from there only you can find the greatest common divisor. So 10 can be a greatest common divisor. So what is the least maximum number which is common in both? So like this is the example, we calculate the LCM of this and after calculating LCM, it will produce the greatest common divisor. Means common terms are there, how many common terms are there, and this term will become the maximum number from which both the numbers are divisible. Okay, like 630 is given, 300 is given, so you can divide this number by 300, but it is not possible here. That's why you are trying to reduce the number. So let us reduce the number. So we can check for 150 also and 630 divided by. So likewise we are trying to do, but what is the standard method? Standard method is that we just take the fraction 630 okay, and we find the common things. So 2 multiplied by 3, 2 multiplied by 3 and multiplied by 5. This is the common and whatever common is known as greatest common divisor. Fine. So let us see how do we operate on this program. So this program obviously asks for two numbers, number 1 and number 2. Okay. And let us now try to do with 630 and 300. This is the good example. So suppose N1 is 630. Are you able to understand what is N1 and N2? Or we
Yes,
need
sir.
to write number 1 and number 2? No problem, because I am passing all the values. So I am explaining you mathematically. Okay. Now number 1 and number 2 is given and the function is GCD. Okay. So I'm writing this function as f. Okay. And I'm passing two values, f of 630 comma 300. Now what this function will return? If a is not equals to b, a is not equals to b. So here a is not equals to b. Yes, correct. Now whether a is greater than b? Yes, a is greater than b. Okay. Now a is greater than b. In this particular case, what it will return? It will return a minus b comma b. What is written by this function? Yes. So let us write this function will call like this. Uh, so this function will initiate a recursive call. Okay, this is our first call. So what is the a minus b comma b? What is the value of a minus b comma b? 30. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So 30 will be written here. B 300. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now come to next step. Now recursive call will start. Okay, this is our first recursive call and still we are not able to return the base case. Okay, this is our base case. If both the values are equal, then it will return a. Okay, now come to next case. So what is the next case? Next case is find GCD. So this will find the GCD, and because the number is not, b is greater. Okay, so now b is greater. So due to this, it will call a as it is. And what is the value of b? B is 270. Yes or no? Now again b minus a. So this is b, b minus a. So this will become b. Okay, a minus b comma b, a is as it is, and b minus a. Now it is again returning 30 and this value will be 240. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now 30 and this will 210. Again it is calling. I'm not writing in recursive way. Okay, this is not a standard way. Let me write this in a standard way, because if you are writing the answer in this, must be correctly written. So this will call, first function will call here a is greater than b. That's why it will be calling like this function of, and there is no need to put box. Function of current value of a is a minus b, that is 30 comma 30 300. Then it is calling function of 30 comma 270. Then it will call function of 30 comma 240, then it will call function of 30 comma 210, then it will call function of 30 comma this is 180, then 30 comma mute yourself. This will be 120, then function 30 comma 90. Yes, then function of 30 comma 60, then function of 30 comma 30. Now this is our final value. Okay, so here if a is not equals to b, then we will move inside these loops. A is not equals to b, but this will be written when a equals to b. Okay, so now a equals to b is coming, so it will return what value? It will return 30. Okay, this 30 will be returned to all the functions so now final value will be 30. Okay, this will return 30 here, 30 will return here, 30 because no addition is performed. So each and every function will finally return 30. Okay, and finally 30, and this function will return 30 as greatest common divisor. Now let us, because this function is based on minus and plus, let us try to do one more function, 21 and 3. Okay. So whether it is executing correctly or not. So here A is less than B. A is less than B. And let us now write 22, whether both is having greatest common divisor or not. Okay. So I think if the function is not having divisor in common, then it will return nothing. This function will halt. Okay, so let us try to run this program. If suppose the case is 22, you cannot find if any person is giving the answer like this, uh, 22, then what will happen? A is less than B, so this will calculate function of 3 comma 22 minus 3, that is your 19. After that it will again call function. Yes, 1 will be the greatest common divisor. Here the answer will be coming as 1. Let us see. So 3 comma 16. Okay, after that function 3 comma 13. After that, this arrow is a must. Okay, I had not put any arrow here, but you need to put the arrow, all the arrows like waterfall. Now again this is function of 3 comma 10, and this is function of 3 comma how much? 7. Just try to narrate by yourself also. Then function of 3 comma 4, and then function of 3 comma 1, and then it will start subtracting the number. Okay, because now here A is greater than B. Here A is less than B. So in case of A is greater than B, what it will do? It will do A minus B. So here A minus B will be how much? 2, comma 1. Okay. Now this will be 1, comma 1. Is this returning correctly? Now this will produce 1. Okay. And this 1 will be returned to this place. 1 will be returned to this place. If the divisor is not common, then it will return 1. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now is it clear to you why we have used minus instead of division? Because sometimes you may ask that why we have used A minus B and B minus A. If the division is, if we are calculating, how do we calculate this? Suppose a number is written 3, comma 21. I'm going for 3, comma 21. So we will divide from 3 and then 3 ones are 3 and 3 sevens are 21. Now, no further division is possible. Then this will be assumed as greatest common divisor. Another technique is 3 and 21 separately divide. Okay, 3 ones are 3 and 3 sevens are. Now 3 multiplied by 1 and 3 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 1. So this is this is common. Okay, it will become GCD. Now it is not visible. Yes or no? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you must remember the logic behind this. And you can also produce your logic. Okay, you are free to produce your logic. Now, this will be the final. No, one more program is in, one more interesting program is there. So here we need to convert any number into binary, So we will take the number, we will take the decimal number. Okay, we are not going to just don't fool the computer, don't cheat the computer. Just try to go for logic. Okay, because we are the person who know the programming. Now, suppose this is our function. Function is binary. And suppose I want to convert any number. How many steps are required to convert this number? 66 is very big. 17. Okay, let us try to convert 17. So this is my function B. Okay, whatever, right? Like here I had used F. I had used F as a function. Okay. Now here what function I am using? B. Okay. So B is the function. Now here in this function, static long integer is binary number. Why? Because so many numbers are using we are using, and the factor is 1. All these numbers are static. All these numbers are all are static. Means the value is either incrementing or decrementing. If decimal number is not equals to 0, okay. If it is not equals to 0, then only it will start working. So I am going to calculate 17. So what is the value? Now this 17 will calculate. There are a lot of steps. So what will be the answer? R equals to 17 mod 2. What it will produce? 1. Yes or no? Then binary number bin number equals to bin number. Initial value of bin number is given here. Anywhere. It is not given. then how do I write? So this is the problem. Okay. So how do this problem will solve? Anyone? Any guesses? Is this program written incorrectly?
I don't know, sir.
Anyone? Because this can be a question of objective also. So you must know we have how many storage classes? Anyone? How many storage classes are there? 4 storage classes. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
कौन कौन सी है वो? रजिस्टर है, देन ऑटो है, देन स्टैटिक है,
Understood.
एंड एक्सटर्न है. Default value for extern is 0 and static is 0, and for both default value is garbage. Now are you able to understand what is going here? So initially it will calculate 0 plus r. What is the value of r? 1 multiplied by 10. What it will produce? 10. Yes or no? Now factor equals to factor multiplied by 10. So what is the factor? Initially, what is the factor? Factor is 1. 1 multiplied by 10 will produce you 10. Okay. Now convert binary. Now this will call the function. This will call the function. And the whole, actually you need to put the box here. Okay. You need to put the box here. And then it will call a function b 17 divided by 2. What is the value of 17 divided by 2? 8?
8.5.
No, integer division. Just try to understand whether it is long or integer. Okay, long and integer are the same thing. Fine. So in this case, it will return how much? 8. Okay. Yes. So what is the value of r? 0. What is the value of binary number? It is 0 plus, no. Now current value is 10. Yes or no? 10 plus 1. What is the value of r? Initial value. R is 0. Now 0. Here 0. 0 multiplied by 10. What it will produce? 10. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
From this step, okay. R multiplied by factor. Factor is 1. So factor is 1. And here I had multiplied by 10. Oh, this is wrong. The steps are wrong. So I am calling this recursive call parallelly. Okay, don't go on parallel. I am just calling it parallelly. So I am able to understand the formula. So this is our B17. Okay, so B17 will move here and this will return R equals to 1, and this will return, the next step will return binary number as 0 plus R multiplied by factor is given as 1. Now, what is the value of R? R is 1. So this will return 1. And now what is the value of factor? Factor equals to factor initial value of factor 1 multiplied by 10. So this will be our 10. Now next recursive call. Okay, here recursive call will start. So our recursive call will be B17 divided by 2 equals to 8. Okay, now what is the value of R? R is decimal number, means 8 mod 2 will give you 0. The next step is, what is the value of binary? Current binary value is 1. Current binary value, this is binary. So binary is 1 plus R. What is the value of R? R is 0 multiplied by what is the value of factor? 10. So this will give you 1. Okay. Now, what is the value of factor? Factor is 10 multiplied by 10. Because this is static integer, so this current value will be multiplied by 10. It will produce you 100. Okay. Now, it will again call, next function. Next function as B, that is your what will be the value? Next value, this is 4. Okay, now R equals to 0 and this binary value will be 1. Still it is 1. There is a problem. Let us see what will be the problem. Binary is again 1. Yes. Okay, now it is confirmed. So binary is again 1 and the factor is 1000 because multiplied by 10. Now it will call B2 and B2 here R equals to 0 and this is 1 and the factor is 1 0 0 and 0. Now come to B1. Okay, so here R equals to 1 and then it will start doing the calculation. Here the calculation will be, what is binary number? Binary number is 1 plus R, the current value of R is 1 and the factor is 10,000 10000. Then what is the value? It is 1,000,000 and 1. Okay, if we add together, and finally the next place is 1 divided by 2. 1 divided by 2 is 0. So if it is not 0, then only it will go. So 1 divided by 2 is not 0. It is 0. That's why it will not move here. And finally, it will return this number. So this is our binary number. Okay, now let us calculate what is the weight. So this is 1, 0, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 to the power 4 is 16. 16 plus 1 will give you 17. So is this returning correctly or not? If you are having doubt, then ask.
सर मैंने इस प्रोग्राम को रन किया बट ये आंसर गलत दे रहा है सर.
क्या एंटर किया आपने वैल्यू?
सर 4 एंटर किया, देना चाहिए 100 सर, 21 दे रहा है.
21 दे रहा है. चलो 4 को चेक कर लेते हैं. इसको यस कंट्रोल D 4 कर लेते हैं. So we need to run this program within 1 minute. Okay, so I'm trying to do this in 1 minute, finish in 1 minute, and I'm deleting all these things. Okay, only I'm values whatever of our importance. Okay, so now I'm calling the function B4. Okay, so B4 will return R equals to, you have put a static or not? Static there or not?
Yes sir, static लगा है sir.
Okay, let me check. 0 plus binary number is initially 0, 0 plus this is 0 multiplied by factor is 1. So this will give you 0. Okay. Now factor is 1 multiplied by 10. This is 10. And now it will call the next function. It will call B2. Yes or no? Now R equals to 2 mod 2 equals to 0. Fine. And B equals to this B equals to how much? This is again 0. Fine. And F equals to 1 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10, that is equals to 100. Now come how B coming decimal divided by 2. Okay, so 2 divided by 2. This is actually 4 divided by 2. So now what is R? R is 2, 1 mod 2. 1 mod 2, so will produce 1. And now B. What is the B? B is the previous B. This is 0 plus R. What is our R? R is 1 multiplied by what is factor? 100. So this will give you 100. Okay. Now it will run B0 because 1 divided by 2 will be 0. It will not. It will return 100. Okay, this 100 will return to this place and this place and this place. So I think this will give you correct answer.
Sir मैं
Here
आपको
you
एक बार कोड की और
name. I will check. I will check because already time is over. So I will show you tomorrow. Okay, because one more example is left behind. Fine. So I can believe in your words, but I will show you because this program is running correctly in paper. So let me check what is the problem related with that compiler. Fine. So
okay, sir.
yes. So now I'm going to download the attendance. Don't leave the class. Yes. Downloads. Okay, fine. So thank you very much. If you have any doubt, you can ask tomorrow also. Bye bye. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice time.
सर हेलो
Yes, yes.
हेलो सर सर
Yes.
आपने मेरी फ्राइडे की एब्सेंट लगा रखी है वैदिक
हाँ आपकी एब्सेंट लगी है ना क्योंकि उसमें लिस्ट में नहीं आया और भी कई
सर
लोग हैं
सैटरडे
जिनका
को
लिस्ट
आपसे क्लास की थी सर
हाँ,
सैटरडे
तो
को मैं प्रेजेंट था आपने क्लास की थी सुबह
नहीं आया ना एक्सेल शीट में नहीं आया एक आध एब्सेंट भी तो रहना चाहिए ना प्रॉब्लम क्या है कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ठीक है आई विल मैनेज टुमारो फाइन थैंक यू